In this tutorial, you're going to create a responsive table. This table that you can use maybe for example, you're working with a student and you want to put the mark so the student they can see the mark. So we're going to replicate exactly the same table as you see below. Welcome to this tutorial. Welcome guys to this new tutorial. We're going to create a timetable HTML. So the first thing we'll start is to create the doc type HTML, and then we create the HTML body. Start with the HTML, you close, and then you close the tags as well for your HTML. The next thing that we're going to create is our header. So you create your header and then you close the tag, and then we create our body. You open and then you close your tag, and after you create your body, you can create those two paragraph as well. Like my paragraph is I can add my statement into this paragraph. I can add another statement into this paragraph. You can use anything you like to use for this. And then on top, I just put like a small title, responsive HTML, and I close my tags as well. Because we're going to create this table, so I want my table to be stable, so I'll put it under div, and then I create the styles as well. The style, it's basically the CSS, Cassandra sheet style. So you can open a new file to create a style, but for this purpose, I'm going to use it into Dive. And the next thing is to open a table. So a tag for the table. So I'm creating my table tag, and then I close the table tag. And then let's go back to my header. So what I'm declaring in my header, I'm declaring the meta name, viewport, content, and I put the wide, device, everything specified. And then I'm creating my styles as well. We'll go back to the style. Let's first go to the table. So how many rows that I want to my table, I'll specify into the next step. That will be our next step. So as you can see, first row, second row, and then third row. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows for this table. So the next thing is for my table. So I open the first row. On the first row, so I'll be declaring the name and the last name, then it will be point. So if you count in total, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the header. So all of this will be the header of each column that you're going to see on the table. And then I'm going to the second row. I'm opening my second row. Then I'll declare the name. So every variable will be put between the table data. So you can see on the first one, it's table row, and then I'm opening the table header. But on the second one, I say table row, and then I open the table data. So each data will be on the bottom of each row that you'll see over here. And then if you count, they should be exactly the same number as this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12. Then I'm opening this, the third one. Exactly the same thing. I put the name there, Patrick Nixon. His surname is Nixon. So like it's the first name and the last name. So the first name is Jan, the last name is Annie. The first name is Patrick, the last name is Nixon. Then I'm opening another one. The first name is Israel, the last name is Manny. So that's my table. Then let's go back to the star, like I promised to go back to the star. So into my star, I'm giving some color and some of the behavior that I want my table to have. As a table, keep this name table as my table. So I'm saying in a table, the border of the table will be collapsed, and the border spacing is 0. And then the width will be 100%. The border will be 1 pixel solid, and I put the color of the border. I can change the colors as well. Notice the style that I'm using for the color. Then I say for my table header and my table data, I want the text alignment left, and I want padding 8 pixel. Then I say table row child even background color. So the background of color, that will be a little bit of like whitish, if I should say. So my table is done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run this command, and then to see the result, what it's going to give us. So we can just press F5. So if you're using Visual Basic Code like me, you can press F5. If you're using Notepad, you can also use Notepad or Notepad Plus to do this code. So let's press F5. Okay, there we go. Then we got the results. Responsible table. I can add my statement into here. Remember, we declare those two statements. As you can see, our variable, and each row is being deployed on the bottom of where exactly it was. So if I go back, so as you can see, each row, so I have point row, I have all the point row, and I have the point following after those, as you can see. Thank you very much. This is how you can create your table, a responsible table. See you next time.